Yo, it's Ipo, and in this video we're going to be covering the Lamzu Atlantis Mini 4K, so let's get to it. In my months or so of use, I haven't noticed anything too alarming. The shell is really solid with minimal flex at worst, and this is consistent with Lamzu's mice. The main buttons barely have any side-to-side play. This is quite surprising considering they are slightly raised above the main shell, and the side buttons fall into line with the rest of the mouse in terms of build quality, as they are consistently clicky, don't press too far into the mouse, and are all around well implemented. So I'm sure, as most of you already know, this mouse is designed and aimed at claw grip users. And one feature that immediately caught my attention is, in comparison to previous mice I've reviewed, the sides aggressively curve upwards from the base, and it gives it a very different feel to something like the Sora, the OP1. And if I had to describe it, I'd say, if anything, it makes the mouse feel wider in hand. Now, these differences aside, the humps on all three mice are actually quite similar. The OP1 is slightly more raised towards the rear, but it isn't really noticeable in use. But on the other hand, the Sora shares a nearly identical hump height. Another thing that would come under the mouse's shape would be the placement of the scroll wheel. And on the Lamzu, it sits a bit further back compared to the Sora or OP1. But I find this to be more natural and comfortable, especially when claw gripping. Now, as for the switches, Lamzu's opted to use the Hawano blue shell pink dots, which is something they've consistently used. They are reliable and they provide a stable and familiar user experience. The scroll design is noteworthy for its light scrolling, well-defined steps, and it ensures a comfortable user experience. These side buttons further complement this design, offering a nice, clicky, and responsive feel. Now, in terms of latency, I'll throw up some screenshots from House Gaming's review, which will be linked in the description. And so, as you can see, they display decent overall performance, and I will also throw up a graph displaying motion latency across the various refresh rate options this mouse has, and this also reveals solid results. Now, in terms of weight, it weighs in at just 49 grams. This is a really decent measurement, especially considering my previous main, the OP1, which weighed around 60 grams. The reduction in weight is noticeable, but it doesn't really make that much of a difference for me. The primary factor that made me decide to pick up this mouse is its shape, as in my opinion, shape matters the most. So next thing I'll talk about is the skates, and in my opinion, Lamzu has some of the best stock skates available. The edges are just perfectly rounded, and this really does just give the mouse such a smooth glide. The mouse does come equipped with a 4-corner skate design out of box, however I tend to prefer wider skates, and so that is what you will see on my copy. Now, in terms of software, it's very simple and functional. They allow you to change things such as DPI, polling rate, and they also allow you to add macros, which may be useful for some people, as it's something that was surprisingly lacking in the OP1 software. So in summary, the Atlantis 4K has solid build quality, minimal flex, reliable performance, and the mouse just has such a responsive feel with decent all-around latency. Especially considering it weighs in at just 49 grams, the mouse is a great choice in this current market, and for just under £100, including the dongle, I can't argue against it. Now, I hope this video has helped you in one way or another. Thanks for watching.